set. He stops teams from getting hits. That's the thing that he's so good at. He's just really difficult to get base hits against. The 1-1. And now 1-2.
Well, he's got power and he has a reputation of being a strike thrower. So to his advantage, he can expand the zone.
And now it's 1-2. On the ground to the left. Fires across the diamond, and that is out number 2.
He can throw that fastball slightly above the top of the strike zone to get hitters to chase. He can also break it off because when you're geared up for good velocity, it's hard to stay back. You have to make a decision really early.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Looks at one down below the zone. The next offering misses, and that's ball 2. So what's the approach from an offensive perspective against a guy that doesn't give up a lot of hits?
I think you just kind of have to lean out over the plate and take your base. But seriously, you just have to try to shorten up. I think guys choking up on the bat a little bit to have some more bat control, be a little bit quicker, and don't get greedy.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Hampson makes the catch, and that'll do it. Bottom of the first, and now for Seattle, Byron Buxton. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Corner infielders playing in. Here's a strike. Next pitch is popped up. Castellanos right there to make the grab, and there's one down. Here's Chris Bryant now.
Batting second, the designated hitter, Chris Bryant.
In there for strike 1.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Next one misses. Now 1-2. One down, base is empty. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. The 1-2. Got him. Down on strikes, and he knew it. And stepping in for the Mariners, Ty France. Good contact guy, good defender. And that's in there for strike 1. In the air, right field. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play. Second inning set to go. Seager stands in now.
Leading off for the Yankees, the shortstop, Corey Seager.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. That's in for a strike. Now 1-1. One and two here. On to France, and quickly one away in the second.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Giancarlo Stanton, certainly a physical presence, and Chris, one of the more imposing guys at the plate in the entire sport.
He's a force, and I think it's scary for pitchers thinking about making a mistake to him because you know you're not going to get that baseball back. He hits the ball so hard, you don't even have to watch him swing. You can just close your eyes and listen and know exactly who it is that hit the ball.
And now 2-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Kicks and deals. Stays alive. And a pitch. No score here in the second. The punch out there. Now 2 out. Now it's J.D. Davis.
The third baseman, J.D. Davis.
And first offering is fouled off. Next pitch, not close, up high. Kicks and fires. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it. On the ground to third. Zips it to first, and the Yanks go quietly. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now the Mariners catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
The catcher, Alejandro.
The wind to the pitch. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
The lefty, the 1-0. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. And he deals. Oh, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. He sends it out of here, and they jump out front. It's 1-0. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Brandon.
And first offering is fouled off.
Okay, from here, he's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the fact that his team is now down by a run.
Next offering misses, and now it's even 1-1. Hard hit, right side. Gonzalez fires over to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second. Here's Justin Turner.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
First pitch, not close. And now the lefty. And it's fouled away. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. That one fouled off. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Here's a 1-2. Line drive. 2 down. Two outs, base is empty. Here's Nico Horner. It's amazing we get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And down on strikes. And that is that. top half of the third inning. Marwin Gonzalez up to hit here.
Leading off for the Yankees, the second baseman, Marwin
Ray
Gonzalez.
back to work. And there's a strike. The pitch. Bounced out to short. Whips it across. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
The center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
There's a strike. Left-hand hitter waits. And a foul ball. Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third. Didn't go. Line drive. Mateo. Over to first. 2 up, 2 down. Luis Torrens stepping in now for the Yankees. Grounded out his first time.
Luis Torrens.
And the first offering is not close. Check swing. He went. And the count 1-2. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. And a pitch. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. 2-2 now. That one just misses. 3-2 now. And he walked him.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Runner at first with 2 away. And next for New York, Aaron Judge. And that one fouled off. And before the 0-1, he asks for time. And here it comes. And ball 1. Torrens off of first with 2 away. So now 1-2. 2 outs. And a foul ball. He stays alive. 1-2 now. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Comes the 2-2. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That's back there. And it's gone. Aaron Judge leaves the yard. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-1.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
William Contreras stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 1 so far.
The right fielder, William.
In there, and it's 0-1. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one. And now he'll ask for time and step out of the box. The line to kick the pitch. Going to count 1-2.
Tough to take a 2-strike changeup that just missed. I think it froze him.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. That ends the frame. As we go to the last of the third, and stepping in is the speedy Jorge Mateo. The pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Mullins turns to the right on the move. And there's one down. Here's Garrett Hampson. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
And he chases that one. That's out number 2. So the lineup flips over. Here's Byron Buxton. This guy has turned into a beast. Out to short. Seager collects it. To first, but it pulls him off the bag. And up next for Seattle, Chris Bryant. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Castellanos makes the catch, and that'll do it. As we go to the top of the 4th. And now the first baseman, Nick Castellanos.
The first baseman, number 8, Nick.
The wind of the pitch. In the air out to center. Buxton in position. Puts it away for the out. Pretty good job on the mound in this one, Singy. It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yep, just one free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he gets soft contact and he gets outs.
Seager batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up. He needs a quick 1, 2, 3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
Turner on the move, and he makes the catch. And there are 2 down. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter.
Stanton, a guy capable of hitting it a long way.
Oh, you can tell how comfortable he is. Look at that front foot on the line as he is close to the plate. But he can be very quick to a pitch that is down and in.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. The 0-2. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he held back, according to Ricky Halladay. The 1-2. And misses inside. He's a guy that's changed his stance over time. It's been a little more open, straight up, and now more closed.
One thing hitters will do, it's not so much about the stance, but it's what it does to the brain in terms of resetting and how they approach the pitcher.
Three-two. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bottom of the inning, and here's the first baseman, Ty France.
Leading off for the Mariners, the first baseman, Ty.
And the pitch. 0-1. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. He's got it, and there's one down. Alejandro Kirk up next for the Mariners. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. First offering, and it just misses.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Next offering is downstairs. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely. If he's doing damage now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
Out to short, and there's a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
One gone, runner at first. And now for Seattle, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. Fought off foul. And a pitch. Next pitch inside, 2-1.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball 3. Kirk over at first with one away. Now he steps out of the box as he asks for time. And that one in the air center field. Puts it away for the out. Justin Turner now.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Bounced up the middle. Seager handles. Gets it to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Back at T-Mobile Park. Now the third baseman, J.D. Davis.
Leading off for the Yankees, the third baseman, J.D.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
The batter.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Marwin Gonzalez. Check swing went around, and that's strike one. This ball's chopped to the ground. On to France. One away here in the fifth. Cedric Mullins digs in now.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
In there for strike one. A 1 down. And there's a foul ball.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
Up next
and there's
Yankees,
2 away.
The catcher.
Back to the top of the Yankee order, Luis Torrens now at the plate. Next offering is down low. Ball 1. Man at second.
Ball 2.
Davis at second with 2 down. Next offering in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Runner leads away at second. There's a strike. Time asked for now ahead of the 3-1 pitch. Next offering is fouled back. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the mound, number 56. Ryan Helsley.
Swings through that one. 0-1. Helsley. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you.
Got him. And that is that.
Is this redemption for my soul?
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Mariners, Nico Horner.
The shortstop, Nico
The pitch.
Horner.
The wind of the pitch. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Great effort as he's able to haul it in, and a quick out, number 1.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those could be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Mateo, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
And now maybe extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Seager relay to third. He is safe.
No, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Came screaming off the bat. I'm sure exit velocity's off the charts. No doubt he squared that baseball up perfectly. So there was no fluke to that triple by any means.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Infield comes in now. And here is Garrett Hampson. Next pitch downstairs, and that is ball 1.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
2-0. Into center, Mullins. Under this one. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. It's 2-2.
Well, we got ourselves a new ball game. Nice job right there at the plate. Sacrifice fly, and he gets in the tying run.
On the ground to first. Castellanos takes it himself, and that is the inning. Top six. Now it's the right fielder, William Contreras.
Leading off for the Yankees, the right fielder, William Contreras.
And he deals. They say it went. And the right-hander deals. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. No swing. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2. Righty delivers. Mateo picks it up. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man retired in the sixth. Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Now batting, the first baseman, Nick Castellanos.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. Hit weakly on the ground. The throw to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the sixth. So now it's Corey Seager.
Second baseman, Corey Seager.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Next offering is down low. Strike 2. Got him looking. And that's the third out. Back in Seattle, now it's the DH, Chris Bryant.
Leading up for the Mariners, the designated hitter.
And the pitch.
Bryant.
That's off the mark. 1-0. And another ball. Here comes the pitch. And now 2 balls and a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
That one in for a strike. 2-2. Next pitch is popped up. Davis settles under this one, makes the catch, and there's one gone. And up next for Seattle, Ty France.
The first baseman, Ty France.
And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and deals. That's to third. Davis with the throw to first. 2 up, 2 down. And now the catcher comes up to him. Alejandro Kirk. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Tap dances out of the way of that one. The wind of the pitch. On the ground, out to short. Throw to first is in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. New inning getting started. And now, Giancarlo Stanton.
Leading off for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
Helsley back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Righty to the plate. And a foul ball.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
0-2 now. Up the middle. Mateo sends it to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Now it's J.D. Davis.
Up next for the Yankees, the third baseman, J.D. Davis.
The Yankees going with a pinch hitter, Anthony Rizzo. Looking to start something with one gone.
Anthony Rizzo.
First pitch, and he just misses. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him at 99. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And 2 away to start the 7th. 2 outs, base is empty. And up next for New York, Marwin Gonzalez. The Yankees going with a pinch hitter, Brad Miller, trying to get something going for him with 2 away.
Brad Miller.
Swings through that one. 0-1. And the 0-1. And that's in for a strike. 0-2 now. And a swing and a miss. And that's that.
It's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
And welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. And now for Seattle, Brandon Nimmo.
Leading up for the Mariners, the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
And here it comes. Ball 1 low. The pitch. And it's 1-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Left-hand batter waits. Smoked on the ground a second. Sends it to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Here's Turner now.
Batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Clark Schmidt taking over on the mound. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty.
Number 86, Clark Schmidt.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Right-handed reliever. And that's in for a strike. Here's the 0-2. To the left side, but it is well foul. The 0-2. That one missed. Here's a 1-2. Stays alive. And a ball and 2 strikes. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
The next offering misses. And it's 2-2. And the righty deals. Ground ball up the middle. And that squirts through. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
And that one handled. Off-balance feed. There's one. Back to the pitcher covering. It's a double play. Nicely done, and that'll do it. Back here at the ballpark, and now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
Leading off for the Yankees, the center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
And a pitch. That one in triple digits. Kicks and fires. Foul ball. Helsley. He's known as a reliever that excels in really tough situations. Those high leverage spots. It seems like he's at his best in these situations, and obviously the ability to get the strikeout factors in. And a swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. Here's Joey Wendell. Line to left. Just inside the line, and it's down for a knock. Around first, heading for 2. Close play, but in there. It's Aaron Judge now. This guy with light tower power. Well, Judge spoils that one.
Yeah, there's certain guys that expect to come in and dominate, and they see the challenge, the battle just a little bit differently. They trust their stuff, and they believe that their stuff is better than that guy standing in the batter's box, what his swing, what his ability is.
And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away. So 2 down now, and here is William Contreras for the 4th time tonight. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. The mental approach is a big factor, too, isn't it?
Yeah, Boog, it is. And, you know, for each guy, it can be a little different. Some people consciously work on focusing, slowing things down, breathing techniques. And then there's some players that are just natural, and they just seem to be more composed and less excitable.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here in a crucial spot. One and 2 now. Outside corner, got him looking. He can't believe it. Back at T-Mobile Park, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Jorge Mateo now.
Leading off for the Mariners, the second baseman, Jorge Mateo. Your attention, please.
A lot of times with relievers, they just like to get amped up, and they're not really looking to try and slow it down, right? They're just trying to get hyper.
Yeah, and perhaps make that hitter a little hyper and make him more aggressive. And that way, when they put a wrinkle, change speeds, he's out in front just a little bit.
Time called now as the pitching coach makes his way to the mound. A couple of relievers warming up out there in the pen. Genesis Cabrera taking the mound. The pitch. drive base hit. Around first and hustling for second, and that'll kick off the base of the wall. Around second now, going for 3. Miller with a relay throw to second, and he gets back. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Garrett Hampson will hit next. Pickoff move to second. Chisholm dives back in safely and just hacking like he used to.
Yeah, kind of same, just like that, yeah.
Puts a bunt down. Wendell. And he beats the throw very close right there.
Bang, bang at first. Great hustle to beat that one out. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Infield comes in now. And now it's going to be Byron Buxton. First offering misses the mark. Chisholm at third. Hampson on at first with nobody out. And a pitch. And that one upstairs.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs. In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. 2 on, 1 out. Next is the designated hitter, Chris Bryant.
These home fans, they are making a lot of noise, putting pressure on that pitcher out there.
Intentional pass coming. Bases now loaded, so it does set up a force at every base. So bases loaded with 1 away. Next to hit, Ty France. Known for his late inning heroics. Devin Williams into the game. The bases are loaded, so no time to settle into this one. Outfield playing pretty shallow.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
The 0-1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 0-2. Ball 1 there. Bases loaded. 1 away. Williams checks the runner, and he's back in on a dive. Now back to second, and he's back again. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's out number 2. Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit, a guy who makes an impact not just at the plate, but also in the field. Williams throws over, and he's back in there. That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that. All set for the start of the inning. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Nick Castellanos.
The right fielder, number 8, Nick Castellanos. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for number 63, Darlington Hernandez.
And he deals. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. At the belt and fires. That misses the zone, and that's ball one. The pitch. And a count 1-2. Next offering down in the dirt. The 2-2. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Seager, the next to hit, takes outside. The pitch. So 2 balls and no strikes. Next offering is in for a strike. Chance to collect himself now as he asks for time. And the pitch. Next offering is outside.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Here comes the pitch. And it's filled up.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Next offering is fouled back.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is gonna have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Got him swinging. Out. Number 2. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. In there, and it's 0-1. And now the lefty. Stanton swings. Crushes one. Out to left. Way back there. And out of here. Giancarlo Stanton goes deep. Just like that, they move in front. It's 3-2.
That pitch was intended to stay inside, but it leaked out over the middle of the plate. Hitter waited on it, and he connected just perfectly.
And here is Anthony Rizzo.
Now batting, the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
And first offering is fouled off. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Next offering is in for a strike. Time called. Chance to collect himself down 0-2. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over.
I know you're feeling what I'm feeling, cause you taking what I'm dealing, and you rolling with me, you rolling with me. And we higher than the ceiling, and I find the way you leading, baby.
Bottom of the 9th. And now here is Brandon Nimmo.
Leading up for the Mariners, no left fielder, Brandon
And the right-hander back to work.
Nimmo.
Ball 1 and a pitch inside. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. The tying run at the plate. Just off the inside edge.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Looking to get the tying run on base. Base hit right field. And it's off the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay, but he's in there easily.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there.
He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Turner climbs in on that right side. And it's second. Just missed. One-run game, bottom 9. Rolled over to third. On to second, they get one. Nico Horner digs in now. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high-leverage situation.
Yeah, they're not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Line drive, base hit, around third. He'll score, and the Mariners have tied the game. It's 3-all.
Big RBI for him right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
New pitcher for the Yankees, A.J. Puck. Chisholm in the box now, takes strike 1. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a miss, and he waves at that one.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand.
Horner on the go, and that one gets away at the plate. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And now a man into scoring position.
The right fielder, Garrett.
With the winning run at second, the outfield has moved in to try to cut down the run on a base hit. Hampson in the box now, takes strike 1. Line drive, that's a fair ball inside third. In comes the winning run, and the Mariners walk it off and win it 4-3.
Well, you come into the 9th inning down. First, you're looking to tie it. They did that, but then they got the extra to put themselves on top. These guys knew exactly what it was going to take to win this ball game. I love it when you see guys find a way to win, and that's what they did today.